Have you ever wondered what makes professional wrestling so captivating? Is it the incredible athleticism, the larger-than-life characters, or the stories told in the ring? While all of these elements contribute to the allure of wrestling, there's something else that adds a unique flavor to the sport: overselling. In the world of professional wrestling, overselling refers to the art of exaggerating the impact of a move or blow. It's when a wrestler takes a hit and makes it look like they've been struck by lightning, sending their body into a whirlwind of absurdity. It's both ridiculous and mesmerizing, and it's an essential part of what makes wrestling so entertaining. Today, we're going to dive into the world of overselling in WWE and explore 10 next-level and funniest oversells by WWE wrestlers. These moments are not only hilarious, but also a testament to the dedication and creativity of the performers who give their all to entertain us. Our countdown of the 10 next-level and funniest oversells by WWE wrestlers begins with a moment that had far-reaching consequences for the wrestling world. In a match between Kevin Nash and Hulk Hogan on WCW Nitro, something seemingly innocuous happened that changed the course of history. It involved a prod to the chest, a finger poke, and a disastrous collapse to the canvas. This incident marked a turning point in WCW's history, leading to a significant shift in the wrestling landscape. It was an oversell that sent shockwaves through the industry and played a pivotal role in the Monday Night Wars. Moving on to number 9, we have a memorable oversell moment courtesy of Paul London at the Royal Rumble in 2005. In the chaotic environment of the Royal Rumble match, where superstars are constantly entering and exiting the ring, Paul London found himself in a predicament. He attempted to deliver a high-impact maneuver on Gene Snitsky but ended up in a comically unfortunate situation. As London leapt to execute his move, things took an unexpected turn. Instead of smoothly connecting with his target, he inadvertently ended up making it look like Snitsky had delivered a devastating counter. It was a moment of unintentional humor as London's exaggerated reaction left fans in stitches. This oversell not only showcased the unpredictability of the Royal Rumble, but also demonstrated how even the most skilled wrestlers can find themselves in hilarious situations. At number 8, we have a moment that perfectly captures the essence of Dave Batista's heel turn. In a match against Mark Henry on WWE Monday Night Raw, Batista's character took an unexpected and hilarious turn. During this period, Batista had undergone a transformation from a fan favorite to a conceited and smug heel character. It was in this context that he took a bump that was oddly synergistic with his new persona. Mark Henry delivered a powerful haymaker to Batista, but instead of a conventional sell, Batista comically buckled under the force of the punch.
The world's strongest man!
It was as if he had been hit with the world's most dangerous punch, and his exaggerated reaction left the audience in stitches. What made this oversell even more entertaining was the fact that it seemed unintentionally funny, perfectly aligning with Batista's new persona. This bump quickly went viral on social media, with fans roundly harassing the animal for his silliness, which in a way was the exact response his character would have harnessed anyway. Coming in at number 7 is a memorable oversell by Rikishi during a match against The Rock at WWE Survivor Series 2000. During this period, Rikishi had undergone a transformation from being a smaller big man to a super heavyweight, adding unique value to his in-ring performances. One of the standout moments in his career was his propensity for overselling, especially after his ill-advised heel turn. In this particular match against The Rock, Rikishi found himself on the receiving end of the Great One's offense. What made this oversell memorable was the occasional rotation he added to his bump when hit with a clothesline. It was a sight that drew both sympathy and amusement from the audience. Rikishi's oversell served as an effective tool to portray him as a giant slayer and added depth to the storyline. The Rock, known for his electrifying charisma, made a genuine effort to sell the threat of the newly disaffected Samoan, creating a memorable clash between the two superstars. At number 6, we have a moment that may not involve household names but certainly deserves recognition for its sheer brilliance. This oversell comes from the match between Chris Hamrick and the 1-2-3 Kid on WWE Monday Night Raw. Chris Hamrick, a wrestler known more for his work in 1990s WWE television tapings and ECW, left an indelible mark with his unique and breathtaking oversell. In this match, Hamrick showcased a move that has been often imitated but never duplicated. The oversell occurred when Hamrick was thrown towards the ropes and he grabbed the top rope, anticipating a move from 1-2-3 Kid. However, he missed the top rope altogether and sailed legs first to the arena floor, making it look as if he were falling off the face of the earth. This moment was reminiscent of a horror movie, leaving the audience's imagination to fill in the details. Hamrick's fall was so convincing that it appeared as if he had fallen into the abyss. The 1-2-3 Kid capitalized on the chaos, picking up the pieces and making for an unforgettable match. What made this oversell special was its ability to create shock, surprise, and delight on the first watch, reminding us of the magic of professional wrestling. Number 5 brings us a spectacular oversell by Sergeant Slaughter during the Royal Rumble match in 1992. Slaughter ran full speed, crashed into the steel post headfirst, and took a stomach-first fall to the arena floor. It was brave, dangerous, and impressive, making this oversell stand out in a match full of talking points. This moment showcased Slaughter's dedication to putting over a future star like Sid. At number 4, we have a peak Ziggler moment during WrestleMania 28. Competing in a team match, Dolph Ziggler pulled off an insane bump from Zack Ryder's monkey flip amidst a sea of signature moves and near falls. This bump, showcasing Ziggler's commitment to entertaining, encapsulated his entire career, flying high in a moment of triumph, only to end up flat on his face. At number 3, we have a classic moment from the SummerSlam 1991 match between Mr. Perfect and Bret Hart. Kurt Hennig, known as Mr. Perfect, had already showcased his mastery of overselling throughout the match. However, one particular oversell stood out. At this moment, Bret Hart had dominated Hennig for an extended period, and when he finally executed a throw, Hennig's oversell took it to another level. Hennig not only aggressively fell to the mat but also spun himself with such force from the throw that he covered the entire space of the ring, crocheting himself on the ring post in the process. It was an absolutely magnificent sell that made Hart look in complete control, while Hennig continued to portray the well-beaten man. The match itself was a prime example of an old champion putting over a new one, and Hennig's work was exemplary considering his physical condition at the time. Certainly, let's continue with the countdown and mention the specific match and wrestler for number 2 with a bit more detail. 2. Shawn Michaels vs. Hulk Hogan, SummerSlam 2005. At number 2, we have one of the most memorable and controversial oversell moments in wrestling history, courtesy of Shawn Michaels during his match against Hulk Hogan at SummerSlam 2005. Before this match, Hulk Hogan had agreed to a couple of bouts with Shawn Michaels, but tensions behind the scenes had already escalated. Michaels had been portraying a brash and disrespectful character, channeling his 1990s persona that had been dormant since he found religion. As the match unfolded, Michaels took every opportunity to mock Hogan and make a mockery of his legendary offense. The standout moment came when Hogan delivered his signature big boot to Michaels. Michaels' oversell of the big boot was nothing short of pedantic, as he bounced around the ring like a pinball, showcasing a level of absurdity rarely seen in wrestling. It was a moment that left fans both baffled and entertained, as it seemed more like a comedy routine than a wrestling match. The entire match became a spectacle of overselling, with Michaels taking every opportunity to exaggerate Hogan's moves, much to the audience's amusement. It was a case of two wrongs making a right, as both wrestlers embraced the absurdity of the situation. And now, we've reached the number 1 spot, which is reserved for one of the most iconic and impactful oversells in wrestling history. This moment occurred during a match between Kevin Nash and Hulk Hogan on WCW Nitro. In this match, something seemingly innocuous happened that had far-reaching consequences. Kevin Nash sacrificed the WWE title and Bill Goldberg's recently ended undefeated streak associated with it. However, it was the manner in which he lost that caused outrage among fans and changed the course of wrestling history. During the match, Hogan poked Nash's chest, a simple and inoffensive move in most situations. However, what followed was nothing short of astonishing. Kevin Nash took a bump that seemed completely out of proportion to the action, falling to the canvas as if he had been hit with a sledgehammer. This oversell signaled the reformation of the NWO and the potential for a new reign of terror for Hulk Hogan. However, it insulted many fans who were still financially and emotionally invested in World Championship Wrestling. It was a moment that led to an exodus of viewers to watch Mick Foley win the WWE title immediately after this segment on the competition show. UCW's decision to book this oversell was met with backlash and ultimately hurt the company substantially more than a simple finger poke. It remains one of the most unforgettable and debated moments in wrestling history, symbolizing the challenges UCW faced during the Monday Night Wars. If you enjoyed this countdown of the 10 next level and funniest oversells by WWE wrestlers, be sure to give it a thumbs up and share it with your fellow wrestling fans. And for more engaging content like this, don't forget to subscribe to our channel. Your support keeps us going, and we've got plenty more wrestling stories and highlights coming your way. Thanks for tuning in.